What's up, guys? It's Jay here. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in for the recap here on Wednesday, and let's jump right into it. So, the NASDAQ today definitely died, right? There's no other way to put it. It kept selling off. It had a drastic sell off today, completely just following this pattern of lower lows and lower highs, as you guys can tell. And it did a pretty good job of using this green SMA line to act as a resistance, and it kept basically anytime if it did pop above it, it was pretty short lived and kept falling, right? So on the day today, I was down like 20 something dollars, and our account did take a nice and hefty hit today because of how much the market sold off, right? Today, our biggest loss was on Tesla, and thankfully, we would have had a very big red day if it weren't for Meta, but it did have a nice rally. It was the only kind of tech stock that I'm invested in right now that didn't die today. It actually pushed up a lot if I could show you the chart. And there it is. So me and my brother did decide to sell out because tomorrow there is a CPI data report, and the market can honestly just keep tanking a lot. And with Meta pushing up so beautifully the past like 2 days we were invested in it since Friday, we really just wanted to sell out because it pushed up around 15% in 2 days. And that's enough for me to want to call it and not get greedy because I do know tomorrow there is a big CPI data report, just to remind you guys, and that can have a huge influence on the market again. So all these stocks that you saw die today, like let me just try pulling up Tesla for you guys, right? Tesla took a heavy hit, down over 7% on a day, and that can very well continue. Just because Tesla's at 180-day lows doesn't mean it can't drop anymore, right? The cheap can always get cheaper, and be on the lookout for that report tomorrow. Just like I said, just because all these tech stocks might be really underpriced right now doesn't mean the report has to drive them up, right? It can definitely keep causing them to tank and even aggressively. So be on the lookout for that. And in terms of my recap on the NASDAQ today, there is no other way to put it other than once again I got caught in a bit of over trading. I had 99 filled orders today. Here are all of them that you can see. And on top of that, what did I do wrong today? Right around here was when the market opened up near the bottom VWAP, and it did start having this nice pop. And as it started to go, I wanted to try to get into TQs, thinking this might, end up recovering. But unfortunately, as it started going my way and I added, it obviously ended up having a reversal, right? And I would stop out, and then I would keep basically trying that play to get into TQs because the Nasdaq didn't really look to me like it wanted to sell off this drastically like it had today. It kept trying to hold for majority of the day, kind of within this general area. Anytime it came somewhat close to it, it tended to want to kind of spike and go. And it was kind of right around this general area here I thought was a critical point to determine if we were going to try and push up on the day or not, because I was in TQs, I bought in, I averaged up as it's going, I averaged up again, I was in with $7,500. And unfortunately, obviously, as you guys can see, it could not break this middle VWAP, this pinkish line here. It struggled to break it the whole day. It didn't break it once. And on top of that, it just kept riding it down for lower highs and lower lows. So definitely a strong resistance, this line, and it confirmed the resistance, right? It ended up getting rejected. Now, why did I think that this was going to be a play that could maybe break out? Well, there was a lot of signs that NQ wanted to hold around this area, right? And on top of that, leading into this nice push, it was a big green candle. And on top of that, we did break above this green SMA line. As you guys can tell here, it has kind of tried to use it as a resistance. And I thought this was a pretty significant push above it, where we are going to come down and try to kind of test for a higher low, right, to go. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. I ended up kind of stopping out somewhere here as it kept falling. And I just decided to my part to call it on the day because NQ was being kind of very choppy here around this area, right? I wanted to try and pop off and maybe go again. And ultimately, I just thought that it was very oversold, and I didn't feel comfortable getting an SQ because we were kind of trading around the bottom VWAP, right? And at that point, if I miss my play on TQ, not the end of the day, I'm down a small amount I can bounce back from if it does go my way tomorrow or Friday. So very happy with that setup. Unfortunately, didn't go my way on TQs. I could have really hit a home run trade today, kind of. It would have been like $150. I was up on the day, but it did go south, and I didn't manage my risk, which is something you guys should all definitely always be doing. You don't want to give back more than you can make in that trade, obviously. So I did manage my risk and cut it, and by then, like I said, the market has just been trading so close to the bottom VWAP. I just didn't want to get in because I thought it was pretty oversold already. Obviously, it did have these nice other drops where you could have made a lot of money, but just didn't feel comfortable, and that's just my 2 cents on that. I didn't want to get invested anymore, put my money at risk anymore. So yeah, tomorrow's CPI data report, like I just told you guys, 1 hour before the market opens at 5:30 in the morning. The report is going to go live and should be a very, very interesting day tomorrow. Excited to see what's going to happen for the better or worse. And let's make sure to kind of be on the lookout for it. And yeah, watch out for that report tomorrow. I'll be covering in my video. So if you guys would love to tune back in, I will have it covered kind of in the whole recap. So yeah, that's it. It's a little shorter recap today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow and Friday. Take care.